today's webinar about how to manage assets, maintenance, facility, energy management activities digitally with the help of BIM to complement MYOB Advanced. My name is Kevin Derenci. I'm from Bimser International, and today with my colleagues we'll be some notes for you to keep in mind. If you have any questions, you can type in the chat box, and if you can keep your microphone muted, that'd be great, so we can have a smooth and quiet webinar experience, if that's okay. And during the Q&A session, we can also have discussions. That is also that will be also fine. So today with me, I have Sam Watt, our previous software engineer from our engineering team. He is with us, and also we have our product manager of BIM, Hakan Aydogdo, is also with us. So together we'll be performing this webinar and addressing your questions. So we made some changes today in our webinar flow. We like to start with show and tell, and then we'll be talking about our company as well as some details of the solution that we developed called BIM. BIM is an asset maintenance, facility, fleet, and energy management software. We've been developing BIM since 1998. We have more than 400 corporate customers using BIM, and we have more than 5 million assets being managed on this system. So it's a very scalable system. It is solid, and it's been in the market for decades. So it's a very exciting system that we have been offering to market. Now it is also in MYOB Advanced Marketplace, and it's already integrated with MYOB Advanced, so that we believe that we are creating a great synergy together with MYOB, which is very exciting for us. Today, I'll invite my colleague, Sam Watt, in a minute, and he'll be talking about how to manage assets, how to manage maintenance operations digitally, how to manage spare parts and resources that's available for maintenance. Let's keep in mind that maintenance operations and assets are very important operations to manage. It is because all the assets that actually we are investing in, assets may be your machinery, equipment, buildings, facilities, cars, trucks. So we basically invest in them, and they work for us. So the longer they work for us, for our company, is better. So that life cycle, that lifetime of assets, that needs to be extended as possible. So for us to be able to extend them, we need to maintain them. We need to take good care of them, just like taking care of our car. The better we take good care of our car, the longer it runs, the further we can go with it. So same concept. That is how we design BIM, to make it easy for you to manage your maintenance operations. And when we say maintenance, there may be periodic maintenance, preventive maintenance, and predictive maintenance. Having said that, I'd like to invite Sam Watt to our virtual stage so he can perform the demo of BIM and MYOB Advanced together. Something that we've done recently is we can run BIM within the same screens of MYOB Advanced, so that you don't have to jump from one screen to another. You can use both systems in one screen. Even though BIM is also a standalone solution, we can also run standalone. It is important for us to be able to offer it to MYOB Advanced ecosystem, that you can use BIM in the same screen as MYOB Advanced. Sam, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Why don't you take over the screen?
Sure. And can you see my?
Yes.
Okay, great. Very nice. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you for joining today's webinar. This is Sam from Bimser International. I'm the pre-sales software engineer based in New York. And today I will show you BIM, our asset maintenance and energy management system. So BIM is a certified software that is integrated with MYOB, and also we can use BIM on the same screen of MYOB Advanced as well. So now we have the fundamental integration between BIM and MYOB, like the asset information, the material, like the stock item, and also the employee information, so that MYOB can work as the master data, or the source of the master data, and feed the BIM with all those information I just mentioned. Anyway, this is the home screen of BIM. After you log into the system, you can see the own design dashboard. And this dashboard put all together your real-time data in different widgets, like in a card, in a list, in a table, in a pie chart or bar chart. So this dashboard helps you to keep tracking the performance and also KPI of your company. So by reading this dashboard, it gives you an overview of the performance, and also it helps you to have your analyze for future action planning. And for all the widgets on this dashboard, you can move them around or resize them, or add or delete any widget that you want to have, which means different users will have different dashboard since they will have their own design dashboard on their home screen. And BIM is a permission, means you will see what you are supposed to do, especially when you open up the main menu. So you will see what you are supposed to do based on your role, position, profession, department, or group. As I'm now logging in as the admin, so that I have the full control of my system. And BIM has a modular structure, so that you can pick and choose the module that you want to have and deploy it on your server, like asset management module, maintenance management module, material management module, as known as a spare parts module, or personnel module, as known as skill management module. And also we have some add-on module as well, like purchasing module, energy management module, and after sales module. And today we will get into the 4 basic modules: asset, maintenance, material, and personnel. And let's get started. First of all, we go to the asset management module. In this module, first of all, you will see is the map that we have in BIM. So this is the real Google map, which you can zoom in and out. And by using this map, you can pinpoint the location of your plant, and you can see the basic information of your facility, like the address, how many assets is under maintenance operation, and how many of them they're in the active status. For example, to your truck. So if you're sending your truck to the service center for the maintenance operation, then we can find the real-time location of your truck on this Google map. So by using this map, you can find out the real-time location of your moving assets for maintenance purposes. Also, we have the graphical asset tree. So this allows you to upload the blueprint or the floor plan of your facilities and pinpoint the location of your fixed asset. So the green dots that you can see on this graphical asset tree is the fixed asset that we have in our demo environment. And when they're in green color, which means they're in a good status, like they're under the production status. And you can move your cursor and find out the information of this asset, like the name, the code, the status, location, and also the group. And once it's a maintenance operation that is scheduled to your asset, its color will be turned into red. And this is dynamic in the system, which means once you have a maintenance operation that is scheduled to your fixed asset, then its color will return into red. And by reading this graphical asset tree, it gives you an idea and an overview how it is going to, how the status of your fixed assets are in your facility. And next, in BIM, by using BIM, you can also find out the asset tree. So the system will put together the structure of your company in a hierarchy form. So for example, we have our location like in New York or different location, for example. And in this location, you will see which or what kind of asset that we allocate to this location. And also we can find out the asset line in this asset tree as well, which means we can combine two different assets in order to perform one single task. In this example, you will see we combine the truck and also the heavy-duty crane together, and all the maintenance operation or the task that we schedule to the parent asset, it will automatically apply to the dependent asset as well. And here's a side note: is there's no limitation to the in terms of the layers of this asset tree, which means technically you can have infinity layer in this asset tree. Also, BIM helped you to manage the asset information. And as I mentioned, we have the integration with MYOB so that you can manage the asset information in MYOB, and then MYOB Advanced will feed the data to our system. And in BIM, you can manage more information like of course, the status, the group, location, or department. And other than that, you can also define the material that will be used by this asset. And in this example, that will be our truck. Also, you can define the maintenance team, which will be responsible for all the maintenance operation for this asset. And if there's any maintenance operation that is scheduled to this asset, this team will be the default team to take care of this maintenance task. And if you can also manage more information like the insurance or the inspection for your asset, especially to your vehicle or to your fleet. Inspection and insurance, they are very, very important to in order to keep your operation running. Either one of them, they expire, you are not allowed to use your truck or your fleet in terms of providing the business operation. So right here, you can see also we can add this as the alert list so that.
Here we go, here's the BIM in advanced. So it's quite a good thing for us to know as well.
Okay, and so that you can add this to the alert list so that the system will send you a reminder automatically by the time it's expire, like your insurance and inspection. As the appearance is one of the best ways that you identify which asset you're interacting with, so that you can upload your picture in our system. And if there's any handbook or safety guideline, also you can upload it from your local drive to our system as well. And after all the information there ready, then we can save this, and your data or your asset record will be add or upload in update in the system accordingly. And in BIM, it provides over 10,000 ready-made reports, so that you can use our reporting tool to create the ready-made report. And this, for example, like asset status report. So before generating our report, you can put some condition to your to the system, like the group or the location that you want to check and that you want to see in this report. After that, we can prepare, and all your data will be shown in a pie chart and also in the table. and you can see how many of them they're in active or passive status. And you're more than welcome to export your report into a PDF, Excel, or image. So in case there's any unplanned breakdown to your asset, for example, your truck, then the driver or the worker on the ground, they can create a work request under the maintenance management module. And for this work request, the employee, they can fill up a fast request form, which only requires and then Beam has its, so they can also file this fast request form by their handheld device. In addition, they can take the picture of the machinery or vehicle which has the problem or out of order and attach it to this work request by their handheld device. And after that, they can save this, and this work request will be sent to the work order. Is mostly managed by the maintenance department or the control center. So as I mentioned, all the work requests will be sent to this work order pool automatically, and we can find out all the work requests that we have and start scheduling it. For example, I have one here, and I'm going to schedule a date. So what you will see on your screen is on the top right, you can schedule the planned start date and end date. And you can pick the date in a calendar view. So let's say we are going to have this this Friday up till 25th. Okay. And we can also pick and choose the responsible person who can actually be our report and update all the status in for this work order. And if we want to invite or schedule it to more than one engineer, then we can also pick and choose the labor who is going to work for this work request as well. So let's say we have Henry, and then we can select it, and Henry will be added into this work labor list. Okay. And also you can define the material that will be used by this for this work order. So let's say now we have the gears and also like the belt. Then we can pick and choose those and select it, and those material will be selected in this work order. And of course, you can pick and choose the quantity that we need. Like for the belt, that we need 20 of them. And let's say for the gear, we need 100 of them. So that those and apply the change and the cost be calculated automatically by the system. And if there's any services provided by the third party are needed, let's say from the supplier, vendor, or contractor, you can also record it as well. So let's say we have our contractor and we need 4 hours of the services. And then we can record it right here. And we can add the work steps as a reference for the maintenance team. Like we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 as the work steps. And when the engineer, they open this work order, they will find these work steps and they have to update it accordingly. Like if they have followed this work order, they have to pick yes or no. So this is how we can make sure all the engineers, they follow the guidance that we have for this work order. If they start to connect with this work order, you're more than welcome to do so. You can upload your folder from your local drive, or you can simply pick and choose the ready the document that we have on the server. Let's say we have a handbook and we could like to connect this as a reference for the main engineer team. And at last, you can see all the costs will be calculated automatically by the system, like the material cost, the labor cost, and services cost. So it gives you an idea how much this work order gonna cost your company. And after that, we can save this, and this work order will be sent to the responsible person accordingly. And right here under this module, we can also find the work order calendar. So it will show you all the work order that we have scheduled in the calendar field. For example, the one that we have just created, starting from this Friday up to next Friday. So this is the one that we have scheduled. And also you can see in this calendar field how many work order that we have scheduled it and assigned it to the employee. And anytime you can move your cursor on this work order and right click and show the detail of this work order in order to keep tracking the status and also the responsible person of this work order. In order to keep your asset at the best condition and avoid any unplanned breakdown, you can also schedule the preventive maintenance in our system as well. So in BIM, you can schedule it, a new preventive maintenance by pick and choose the asset, and also you can define the measurement for having your next responsible. And one more important feature in BIM is to the report that you generate in the system, like the maintenance cost report. We can prepare it anytime or generate our report anytime when we need it. And also we can schedule this report to be sent by the system automatically to your email inbox. So we can set up the scheduling. And in this configuration, the system will send this report to you every day at 9 in the morning, so that you don't have to log into the system and generate this report by the time you need it. And every day at 9 in the morning, you will see this report in your email inbox. And next, we go to the material module, which you can manage all the information of your material. And similar to the asset, all this information are coming from MYOB, so that you can find exactly the same information that you have recorded in MYOB. And in addition, you can manage some information in BIM, for example, like the expiry date, the barcode number, ISO code, the brand, and also as we come to here is the warehouse parameters. So you have different warehouses. And by using BIM, it's helped you to optimize your inventory costs. So we can set up the maximum, minimum, and safety stock level. So once the quantity of your material reach the minimum or the safety stock level, then the system can remind the responsible person of this warehouse, or we can create a purchase order automatically in MYOB as well, so that we make sure you will not run out of this material in your warehouses. In addition, you can attach any documents for your material, like the handbook, the guideline, and also we can upload the picture of your material as well, since they might have a similar name, like they are all gears, but one is 6-inch, 12-inch, and 24 inches, for example. Then we can upload the picture here, so it gives you a better idea how it looks like. And in this module, we can also manage the material transactions as well. So think about we purchase more material to our warehouses, or we take some material from our warehouses. So those transactions can be recorded in our system, and also we can update the quantity of your material. So for example, we can add a new transaction, like we are going to increase, we have a material is going to increase in its quantity, so that we can pick and choose the warehouse, and then we can add the material, which is going to increase its quantity. Taking the same material as an example, like the gear. And then we can enter how many of it is going to add or that are incoming to this warehouse. Like we have 5 more. And what is the price? Let's say it is $7 each. And then we can save this. And this transaction will be saved in the system with a unique voucher number here, so that you can always keep tracking all the transactions by using the reporting tool of BIM. As you can see here, we can always pull up our warehouse transaction report and see all the records in terms of the material transactions. And at last, we go to the personnel module, as known as the skill management module. In this module, we can record all the information of your employee. And those employee information, they are coming from MYOB. So let's say we have Sam here, and we pull all the data from MYOB to BIM, like the department, and also its name, and more information that we can manage by using BIM is like the warehouse they're working at. And also, that's very important is we can upload the certificate or the license that they have. So think about like to those machinery or equipment. It has to be operated by the certified engineer. And we can manage the certificate and also license by using BIM and set up the expiration date of their certificate or license. The system will send you a reminder, the responsible person a reminder, and remind them this employee, his certificate or license is going to expire. Please renew it, so that we can make sure all the engineers are certified and they will not operate our machinery without their license. And in this module, you can also find out, you can also see the resource occupation calendar. In this calendar, you can see the schedule of the employee. For example, I'm going to pick some of the employee here. And then the reason why I'm picking them here is other than finding out the schedule of this particular employee, we can also compare their schedule in a calendar view as well. So it's helped you to avoid any conflict while you're assigning the tasks to the employees. And also you can have an overview of what kind of tasks that we have scheduled and what is expected from our engineer. It's come to the end of my demonstration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Much appreciated. Let me take over the screen so we can continue our webinar. Okay, I think it's on your screen. Great. So, Sam, thank you for the demonstration. Much appreciated. So, in this demonstration, you had a chance to see how BIM and MYOB Advanced actually working together in one screen. As you saw, you don't have to jump from one screen to another. It's very convenient for customers, and you can use both systems together, which is a great synergy if you think about it for asset and maintenance management purposes. Now, what I like to do is I like to talk about BIM a little bit more. Also, I like to also introduce our company for your information, and then we can address your questions in the course of our webinar. So as for our company, we are Bimser International, and we are based in New York with a global presence. We have been an enterprise software maker since 1998. In a sense, we have companies simplify their business processes and have companies adopt digital transformation. Also, we have an internship program called University of Bimser International. We teach university students how to do pre-sales software engineering as well as how to be a software engineer in their career. As a company, we have global presence. While we are based in New York, we also have locations in Europe as well as in Middle East. We are very active in those other regions as well, South America, Africa, Asia as well. So recently we partnered with MYOB, and now we are increasing our activities in Australia as well as New Zealand, which we are very excited of. As a company, we are about 200 people. We are a growing organization. We are also an independent software vendor, ISV of Acumatica, SAP. We are a gold partner of Microsoft. We are also very close with working with Sage ERP ecosystem as well. So while our products are ready to work standalone, we are also working with many different ERP systems, and we are very excited with our partnership with MYOB. As for certifications, we have ISO 9001 certification, ISO 27001 certification, to make sure we have policies and procedures in place to make sure we always deliver the highest quality of project management for every single project that we have. As I mentioned, recently we partnered with MYOB, so we joined forces to help companies in Australia as well as New Zealand to adopt digital transformation for quality management, asset and maintenance management, as well as workflow and document management. At the moment, we have 2 products certified and available in MYOB's marketplace. One of them is Beam, as we talked about today. And another one is called QDMS, for Quality, Risk, Audit, and Compliance Management. There is going to be one more product of ours coming in progress, so there's going to be 3 products of ours available in MYOB marketplace. Since 1998, we developed these 4 products. We are a very focused company. We are actually specialists. So we have EBA, for example, that's our workflow, document management, and records management platform. We have Beam, as we have been talking about, for asset and maintenance management. We have QDMS for quality, risk, audit, and compliance management. And finally, we have Ensemble as intelligent business process modeling and performance management. Since 1998, by the end of last year, we deployed these many products on the screen. These many projects on the screen, as you see. These numbers also show more or less how many customers we have. As you see, we have thousands of customers and millions of professional users. Our products are solid, they are reliable, they are scalable, and we are excited to offer our products in Australia and New Zealand as well. We have many different reputable organizations working with us, which we are proud of. These are just some of them. We have thousands of customers. We work with 3M, we work with Bridgestone, Ford, Hyundai. In addition, we also work with many different companies in mid-market. We met with mid-market with our partnership with Acumatica as well as Sage. So while our products are scalable for enterprise market, they are also available for mid-market companies, especially those that are actually growing with multiple locations and with growing by nature in their business. So they really appreciate what we offer as for our products with their scalability and their reliability. Also, we work with United Nations, Starbucks, Renaissance Alliance, one of our customers, and many other organizations as our reputable references, and more to come, of course. Let me share some more information about Beam before our Q&A session. So, in addition to what Sam mentioned, it was actually a very interactive demonstration. So, Beam is an asset maintenance, facility, and fleet management software. So, when we look at its actually benefits, what we actually have is that companies can take control of their operations as to managing life cycle of their assets. Assets may be machinery, equipment, cars, trucks, and fleets. Also, you can also extend the life time of the assets by taking care of maintenance operations with the help of Beam, as well as managing spare parts and also complying with quality management and regulatory standards. That's also important. Some industries are very highly regulated. Pharma industry, for example, very regulated. Healthcare, aerospace, automotive. So that's important for them also to have certain policies and procedures in place. Beam also supports that in a digital environment. Also, as part of the benefits, based on what we have been learning from our customers, once we deploy Beam, our customers manage to reduce maintenance 15 to 20% and reduce failure 40 to 80%. These are important benefits if you think about it from financial point of view. Also, we have a module structure. Sam demonstrated earlier. We have basic modules and supporting modules. Basic modules, what Sam demonstrated earlier: asset management, maintenance management, spare part management, and resource management. So that's our basic module package. In addition, we have purchasing module if you like to manage purchasing operations of spare parts. In Beam, there is energy management module, as well as after sales management and dashboard available. So one of the advantages of Beam is it's multi-language, multi-currency, and multi-location. So you can manage multiple locations in one instance and reduce your maintenance costs. That's basically the goal. of maintenance operations to extend the lifetime of assets and reduce the maintenance costs, so you can have a smooth operation at your organization, whether you are a manufacturing company or a distribution company or hospitality company. We'll talk about some of the verticals that we offer BIM in coming slides. One of the things BIM does is actually putting together three things: man, machine, and material. So it actually brings your assets, brings your spare parts, brings your team together, schedules, and then you can run your operations and record all the results and monitor activities on BIM. Some of the verticals that we offer BIM, for example, manufacturing, facility management, hospitality industry is very popular also for use of BIM. Logistics, aviation, aerospace, construction, oil and gas industry, fleet management is another heavy equipment industry. If you think about it, when you take care of our machinery, especially our fleet of cars and trucks, and if you carry any machinery to support those vehicles, they also need to be taken care of. In addition, healthcare and pharma industry also enjoy the benefits of BIM. So these are the list of typical verticals that we offer BIM. And you can perform plant maintenance management, facility management, asset leasing, renting, and maintenance management operations as well. Since BIM has a very modern technology, it is ready to integrate with other systems. It is already integrated with MYOB Advanced. That's already available. In addition, it is ready to integrate with your PLC devices or IoT device, for example, a smart sensor. So we can remotely monitor the machinery and equipment, for example, vibration, temperature, and other activities. If there is anything out of range, the notification goes to BIM. BIM takes automatic action as to maintenance operations. So you don't have to send emails or you don't have to make phone calls. BIM takes care of it for you. Also, BIM integrates with manufacturing execution systems, CRM systems, and any other systems that you may have at your organization to make sure you have an integrated management system so that you don't have to double enter information and you can connect your systems with the help of BIM together. A typical setup, for example, at a maintenance organization from the scope of plant maintenance management, you have your plants, you have your PLC or IoT devices available, and with the help of APIs, we can get the result activities from your PLC or IoT, for example. That may be vibration, temperature. Typically, this type of values, this type of information means something for machinery's health and performance. So, but once we set these variables, then if there is anything out of range, if there is any irregularities, then we can take action to automate the maintenance operation as to periodic maintenance, perhaps, or just breakdown maintenance. So let's remember, the idea is to actually reduce unplanned breakdown. That is why companies actually deploy BIM at their organization, so that you can take care of periodic maintenance, preventive maintenance. But with the help of this type of setup, where BIM is listening to your IoT device or PLC device, actually we are preparing your company to perform predictive maintenance. Before anything happens, just by symptoms, we take action with the help of BIM so that we can be proactive and you can extend the lifetime of your assets. Dashboard is very important for managers, as Sam demonstrated, to see the labor costs, server costs, material costs, and other KPIs that may be important. This part is pretty customizable, really. So based on your priorities and KPIs, we can set it up for you and you can manage it within the same screens of MYOB Advanced. Sam demonstrated earlier, so asset management, asset tree setup is the backbone of actually BIM. So once we have to record all your assets as to machinery, equipment, where they are, what is the cost center, what is the location. Now, then you have the foundation basically to perform maintenance operations. In this section, you can also enter your company's contracts, manuals, as well as insurance information, who's going to be in charge of the asset, machinery, equipment, for example. So you set up all these information with our support so that BIM can know the details of any assets. So anytime that you need, it can pull it and bring it to you. So you bring everything together. It's sort of a centralized repository for your asset management. In the maintenance management section, the scope may be periodic maintenance, preventive maintenance, and predictive maintenance. Sam also demonstrated with also the maintenance management part, and also setting up a preventive maintenance management, PM management, in short, that's called in the industry, is also very important for companies to be proactive and reduce maintenance costs. The material management part is actually very typical to similar to warehouse management. However, our scope is actually spare part management, so you can manage multiple warehouses and many different spare parts at your organization. With the barcodes, by scanning, you can enter information, you can use them, you can reduce them, and all these information actually interacting with MYOB Advanced to pull and push information from the non-stock item point of view with MYOB Advanced. That is also important to have that functionality. Resource management and personnel management is basically designed to help you manage your resources. Can talk about skill management of personnel, for example, the staff as to certification, their trainings that they got, and other details. Also, you can manage other resources that you may have as well. The resources may be outsourced resources, maybe outside services, and other resources that you have in this section. And with the help of these calendars, you can manage your and you can schedule your maintenance operations based on the availability. Mobile application is critical for maintenance and asset management, because most of the time maintenance management teams, they're not at their desk. They're always on the field. Either they are checking the machinery equipment or fleets or trucks, for example. So it's very difficult to find them at their desk. Most of the time they don't even have laptops or computers, because they don't really need. They are on the field all the time. In that sense, a mobile device, a tablet or a smartphone is a lifesaver for them. And we have native mobile application for Android as well as iOS devices, so that you can actually scan a barcode on the asset, for example. You can define the asset, what it is from the system, and you can request maintenance. If you are a technician, you can actually reply to a request of maintenance once you scan a QR code, for example, to identify the asset. Then a checklist pops up, as Sam showed briefly on the screen from the laptop version, and you can follow the checklist when you are doing the maintenance operation step by step. That is also very helpful for maintenance team members and technicians as to perform the right, correct maintenance activities and then procedures. We have actually a typical integration model with ERP systems, but this is actually very expandable as to pulling and pushing asset information, material information, as well as HR information as to team members, who is working for the company, who's going to be off next week, who's going to be available 2 weeks from now. So all these information is coming and going from BIM to MYOB Advanced, which is actually very helpful. Couple of brief use cases before we go into the Q&A session. For example, one of our customers, food and snack manufacturer with 2,000 employees, multiple locations, they comply with various standards as to BRC, ISO 22000, halal and kosher, for instance. Their challenge was to manage their maintenance operations on paper and Excel sheets. So it was very difficult for them to be proactive, because you get the calls from team members, this machinery is not working, this equipment is not working, and then you take action. That's reactive maintenance operations, which is very costly and difficult to manage. Once we deployed BIM, they had a chance to digitize all their paper-based, Excel-based maintenance operations. So they reduced paper, they became a paperless organization from the maintenance management point of view, and they started to be proactive. And in first 2 years, they managed to reduce maintenance costs 20%, which is an important saving if you think about it from the maintenance management point of view. Not to mention, they also had a chance to increase the lifetime of their assets. Another customer of ours is a restaurant and the cafe chain. That's also an interesting use case if you think about it, different from a planned maintenance management point of view. All these organizations, as to restaurants, retail shops, for example, they all need maintenance management as well. They had a similar challenge as to managing their assets. The problem was they outsourced their maintenance operations. So anytime that one of the equipment is actually broken, needs maintenance, again, proactive maintenance approach, they need to call outsource contractors. And they had hard time connecting them, get a hold of them, getting a response. At the same time, they have customers. They need to take care of their customers at the restaurants and cafes. So with the help of Beam, they had a chance to automate their maintenance operations. First of all, they started to have periodic maintenance activities in place. They get rid of Excel-based, paper-based operations, and they started to also reduce their breakdown frequency. That was also important saving for them. If you think about it, because you have customers there at the premises, you need to take care of them. You need all your equipment and machinery working at the same time to make sure you have the customer satisfaction. So these are just brief use cases. We have many more use cases that we can share with you upon your request. The important thing is we help companies become paperless when they are managing their assets and maintenance operations, help them reduce maintenance costs by being proactive, by automating and setting up periodic maintenance, predictive maintenance as well further. It's more important than actually preventive maintenance if you think about it. And then we take it to the predictive maintenance level so that we can be extra proactive before anything happens. By symptoms, we can act. So in this Q&A session, we'll address your questions. Some of the questions that we have been receiving in the chat box actually about the modules. So do I have to get all the modules in Beam, or I can pick and choose what module I like? This is the question that we got. So Beam has a modular structure, so we are not actually trying to sell an entire system. However, for any company to manage any maintenance operations, you need the basic package, at least the 4 modules that Sam demonstrated earlier: asset management, maintenance management, spare part management, as well as resource management. So as long as you have these 4 modules in place, you can run all your maintenance operations. Supported modules are purchasing an energy management module if you need. However, those 4 modules, basic modules, are enough. Sometimes we see it at some organizations, they just need to address the challenges as to manage asset information, their location, their life cycle, their contracts, manuals. They want to keep everything together from the asset management point of view. Yes, in that sense, then you can also just have an asset management module without having the maintenance management module. That is also another option. However, that's not so typical. Typically, we offer those 4 modules as to manage asset management as well as maintenance management operations. Another question is about our integration points, about MYOB Advanced. That's what I see in the chat box sent to me. So what are the integration points between Beam and MYOB Advanced? Sam, would you like to address this question as to what we are integrating at the moment with MYOB Advanced?
Yes, sure. So we have the fundamental integration between Beam and MYOB Advanced. So we integrate the asset information and also the stock item as for the material, like the inventory, and also the employee information. So those information will they are pulling from MYOB Advanced and feed Beam accordingly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Also, for your information, we are channel only, so we don't sell to customers directly, meaning we only sell to our local partners. So we also have a great partnership program if we are interested, and you know, we are looking forward to partnering with you in Australia as well as New Zealand. And we keep our contact information on the screen if you'd like to talk further about Beam, about our partnership program. Please just send us an email. We can schedule a one-on-one meeting, and we can talk in detail how we can join forces together, how we can partner up. That'd be great. I have a couple of more questions as to Beam, and then I think we can end our webinar. So one of the questions that we receive is actually about reports. Do you do custom reports, or we just have to use the reports available in Beam? So maybe you can address report section. How many reports we have in Beam, and do we have any custom report capabilities?
Sure, absolutely. So answer is both. So we have the ready-made report, which has which Beam provides over 10,000 ready-made reports. So anytime you can use the reporting tool to create the report in Beam, and also you can have your customer report in Beam as well, so that you let us know what you want to see if we don't have this ready-made report in our system. So once you let us know and during the implementation, we will create this customized report for you and make it available on your system or on your demo on your environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Another question is about pricing. So if you can just send me an email, we can talk about pricing. Just for talking about the model of pricing, we basically charge by module. So the more modules you get, the more charge becomes. So the module structure has to have the parts of the system. You can have the parts of the system that will be helpful for you. So that's a module pricing structure, basically. Let me see. The other question we have is the okay. So let me see. How do you connect smart sensors as well as PLC devices to Beam? So all in terms of connecting to smart sensors, the one that I mentioned earlier is to address this question. So we use we have connectors. We connect those devices. Those devices, as IoT devices, basically they come with a piece of software. That's what we connect. Once we connect them, then we can also listen those the findings, the information that put together. Sometimes that is just the temperature of work environment. For example, pharma industry, pharma companies, food and beverage companies, they need to monitor the temperature in their work environment. If there is anything out of range, we can trigger automatic work order, for instance. Another example is, for example, IoT devices or PLC, for example, as to machinery health and symptoms, for example, temperature of the machinery equipment or vibration. They mean something typically if there is something out of range. So we can also get the data if there is anything out of range, passes threshold, then we can help you take automatic action. That is also important to perform for companies so that you can be proactive before anything breaks down, which is important to have. Okay, I think we address all the questions. So before we end our session, I'd like to invite you to our YouTube channel. We have a very active YouTube channel, Bimser International YouTube channel. You can we have more than 200 videos available right now, product videos, webinars, education, informative, as well as product introductions to our products as well, short videos you can watch, and you can subscribe. That'd be great. We encourage you to subscribe our YouTube channel. And we have a new product coming up called Synergy. It's a content management platform for automation purposes, native cloud system. And it'll be available soon, and we'll keep you posted. It'll also be available in MYOB Advanced ecosystem. We are working on it. It's going to be the third product. It's going to be available in MYOB Advanced Marketplace. So we are very excited about this. So you can automate all your business processes in a cloud environment safely, securely, and you can automate it. Great. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. Great questions. I appreciate it. Thank you for the questions and your interest. Our contact information is on the screen. We are looking forward to working with you, partnering with you in the region. As you saw, we have a great product portfolio. These are mature products. They are reliable. We have great references. We are experienced, and we are excited and motivated to go further in Australia and New Zealand with Beam and other products of ours. So we are looking forward to working with you and partnering with you. Please feel free to send us an email so we can discuss further. I'd like to thank you for your time and thank you for your interest. I'm looking forward to meeting you at our another executive webinar session. Thank you. Have a nice day.